besties, welcome back to another book vlog. I'm here with my little dog Princess again. Say hi, Princess. And we're so excited to show you what we're gonna be reading, or what I'm gonna be reading in the month of December. So if you guys don't know, my favorite month of all time is the month of December. I think it's because I love giving people gifts. I'm just like, what can I give you? What's perfect for you? What's perfect for you? But either ways, we're here to find out what is gonna be our December TBR. So, as always, you know, I can't have December if I don't have any Christmas books. So as you can tell, I have 4 Christmas books. And that's because the Barnes & Noble, I think I went to that day, because I went to Black Friday when I was buying all these. They didn't have that many interesting, or like, they didn't have like their section of Christmas yet. So I'm thinking of maybe going to another Barnes & Nobles and figuring out if there's more Christmas books. But for the month of December, the 4 books that I have so far, I will tell you guys what they are. But I wanted to add some like palette cleansers, because you know, reading, because all of these are romance books. They're all Christmas romances books. And then, you know, reading romance back to back to back can put you in kind of like a rut. And for me, I was in such a, like in November, I was in such a great book rut that I don't want to like, you know, force myself to read all 4 books in a row without having like a cleanser. So I thought I could create a bunch of mini TBR books. I don't know if you guys can tell. These are some of the books I have to make. I got new books in the mail, but I haven't been able to like basically make their little books. But I thought, you know what? They'll be a perfect addition for January. So for this, basically, after every Christmas book I introduce to you guys. Wait, this isn't a Christmas book. After every Christmas book that I introduce to you guys, I will be telling you what is going to be our little palette cleanser book. So the first book that I have is Lovelight Farms by, what was your name? I'll put it right here because I can't remember. But I have the book in my room, and currently right now, I'm kind of too lazy to go get it. But I'm reading Lovelight Farms by, I think it's B.K. Morrison, if I'm correct. Tell me, Editor Esme, am I correct? I think I am. But yeah, I'm reading Lovelight Farms by B.K. Morrison. And this is actually the first book, because last month I read Mixed Weeds or Mixed Feelings, Mixed something. But I read it, and apparently I didn't find out until later on that it's actually the 3rd book. So I kind of know that something is gonna happen in the book. Just because I was spoiled doesn't mean I'm gonna spoil you guys, but something's gonna happen in the book. But I'm still so excited to read that book, Lovelight Farms. I'm excited. So basically, a little summary about what Lovelight Farm is. It's basically about this girl named, I think her name is Sophie or Layla. Either ways, it's about this girl who owns like this whole farm, and she notices, oh, that if she can't sell these trees by the time Christmas ends, then, you know, her farm's, Lovelight Farm in Inglewild, is not going to be able to sustain itself for the next year. So she signs herself up for this competition, but the one thing that she told the competition is that she has a boyfriend, and shocker, she doesn't have a boyfriend. So she decides to enlist her best friend Luke. Yeah, she decides to enlist her best friend Luke to help her, and basically we're gonna find out what's gonna happen either ways. Like, is the farm gonna stay here? Is she gonna get together with the main character? Like, either ways, that's the first book that we're gonna be reading. Now let's go ahead and pick our second book. So what I'm gonna do basically to pick here is I'm just gonna shuffle, and then I'm just gonna close my eyes, put the bowl up to the camera, and then whichever book that I pull out, that'll be one of the palette cleansers. Now, I don't plan to get through all of like the little palette cleanser books all together, like, cause like 8 books is a lot. It's like a very ambitious TBR. So I'm planning to get through the Christmas books for sure. But if I can get through these books as well, perfect, you know. I've never actually set a Christmas, or like I never set a goal that I wanted to read for the month of 2023, because I recently just got back into reading May of 2023, so this year. And honestly, my goal was just to read 1 book a month, and I've basically done that by now. So I'm just like, I'm so proud. But yeah, okay, let me quit stalling and let's choose our first book.
So our first book is gonna be
One Dark Window by Rachel Gilling. And I have that book, actually. Hold up, let me go get it. Which I have right here. I bought it, I think, last or 2 weeks ago. I bought it, and it's actually very interesting. I haven't read much of it. I've only read the first chapter, but then I put it back on my shelf because I was like, you know what? I don't have time to read you right now, but I'm kind of excited this popped out. So basically, a little summary. It's basically about this girl named Elspeth, hopefully I'm saying her name correctly. She basically, when she was a child, she got infected with like this type of mist that is very well known in this book. So this book is more like, I want to say romantasy, but it follows around Elspeth, who Elspeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. Elspeth Spindle needs more than the luck to stay safe in the eerie, must-locked kingdom of Blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, which is the nightmare that she has in her head since she was infected as a child. But you know, she was able to like basically live. She's been stuck with like this monster in her head, but she doesn't tell anyone that she has this monster because with the infection, if you live, basically what the kingdom wants to do is like, you know, they're gonna send you out of here, out of their realm, because they don't want you infecting more people. So she basically has to team up with this one guy to collect a bunch of the to collect a lot of these cards that she needs to be able to get rid of the nightmare. And that way, you know, she doesn't get discovered and she doesn't get executed, we'll say that. And so she doesn't get executed. But yeah, that's what One Dark Window is. So we're basically gonna be reading Love Light Farm and then a little one of our palette cleansers. The second Christmas book that I have is called Along Came Holly by Cody Hull. I don't even guys can tell. But yeah, Holly Winter owns the jolliest holiday shop on Main Street, and this season is shaping up to be the best year yet. The pit in her figgy pudding, Declan Gallagher, the owner of the hardware store next door. He is the scroogiest man in all of Mistletoe, and doesn't care about dumping coal all over someone else's most wonderful time of the year. When Holly's revenge prank escalates into an all-out war with her grinchy neighbor, she finds herself in a sticky situation where she realizes she needs his help. Declan can't believe the nerve of his so-called cheerful neighbor, hiring him to set up her holiday lights display, but the money is too good to pass up. Despite his utter loathing of excessive decor, he throws himself in this job to get this done. Not gonna lie, Declan reminds me a lot of, what's his name? Luke from Gilmore Girls? I was about to say Gilmore Girls, like goals. But yeah, Gilmore Girls. I don't know why that's such a tongue twister. But yeah, that's who Declan reminds me of. Declan reminds me of Luke, because if one little thing about like the Gilmore Girls is that Luke doesn't like having cell phones and he doesn't like holiday or anything as well. So that's what this reminds me of. But I'm so excited to read this. Like, this seems very interesting. And honestly, I kind of want to find out. Because like, this is like kind of, I want to say it's like enemies to lover, but it's also like grumpy guy ex sunshine girl, kind of like what I'm getting. And then, you know, like the Grinch who stole Christmas vibes. Basically, Declan's like the Grinch in the way. But all right, let's see what our second book is gonna be.
So, the second book we're gonna be reading is... Okay, come on. Either 1, 2, 3.
The second book we are gonna be reading is called Hunting Adeline. So if you guys don't know, I have read the first Haunting Adeline book, and then I bought the second book, and I don't know why, I just haven't been in a mood to read it. Which honestly isn't surprising because it's happy jolly time. And if you guys don't know, Haunting Adeline was basically followed around this girl named, I think her name was Caitlin or Catherine. Started with a K. I'll put the name right here because I can't remember exactly what it was. But basically she moves into like this house that her grandmother, one of the two, gave to her. She falls in love with her stalker. That's basically about it. And so Hunting Adeline is the sequel. So when it comes time to review the book, don't worry, I will put like a little spoiler in case you guys don't want to find out. But Hunting Adeline is a dark romance book. So if you don't like, you know, any dark themes, I would suggest to skip. I'll put the numbers there, don't worry. But I would suggest to skip that part of the book. But honestly, who knows if I'll get to Haunting Adeline? Who knows? Maybe I might switch out the book for another one because I do have a book on here that I do want to read before the year ends. And it's the 7-Year Slip. I heard a lot of people talking about that. And so I really want to read it. Okay. Our third Christmas book we're going to be reading is called Blame It on the Mistletoe. Dun dun. By Beth Garrett. When Elle and Holly switch places, will they find all that they want for Christmas? Elle is a social media star with a hashtag dream life, or so it seems. Determined to shake up her content and gain new followers, she's on a mission. Can she, a British fan, convince her to swap houses for her for the holiday? Holly loves everything about Christmas, but after a mortifying mistletoe disaster with her exes, oh my gosh. Understandable, girl. Her perfect plan unravels like a bad Christmas sweater. Can Holly save the season by leaving Britain to switch places with her favorite social media influencer? So basically, Elle and Holly are going to be switching places for the month of Christmas. And Elle is a social media star. Holly loves Christmas up until, you know, basically her ex ruined it for her. And honestly, I'm excited to read that one as well. They're all kind of like novels. I realized I should have probably also bought novellas as well. But all right, let's choose our third Christmas book. Sorry, my cat is trying to chase off after, my dog is trying to chase after a cat. And I keep telling her not to because the cat is not worth it. You know, it's not worth the fight. Oops, one of my books fell. It's not worth the fight, princess. You need to leave it alone. But all right, let's choose our third filler book.
So the next book we will be reading is...
Ooh. We will be reading Scarred by Emily McIntyre. So if you guys don't know, basically Emily McIntyre loves to create books basically about, I want to say they're like Disney like retellings. So basically Scar follows around the Lion King. And so it's about this girl who's trying to get revenge for her family. And so she decides she's gonna marry, I don't remember if it was the one who's gonna play Scar or the one who's gonna play Mufasa, but one of the two. She's gonna marry into that family to basically destroy it from the way in. But it's kind of like you fall in love with the villain. That's what I really like. So it's also kind of, I think it's a little bit dark romance as well. I do know there's a few like dark themes in this, but I'm excited to read that book. Okay, now our third and last Christmas book is Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey, which honestly I was confused. I thought this was my Christmas book as well. But I think I got confused because it also says Tessa Bailey. I don't know if you guys can tell. And I probably saw like Tessa Bailey and Tessa Bailey here, and I was like, oh, I can't remember which one's the Christmas book, so I'll just pull this one out. So I pulled out Wreck the Halls, and basically Wreck the Halls is Melody Gard may be the daughter of music royalty, but her world is far from glamorous. She spends her days restoring old books and avoiding the limelight. One more awkward tabloid photo was good enough. But when a producer wants to pay her a lot of money to put the band back together, she can't say no. Basically, her opposite, or basically like her enemy, I want to say, his name is Beat Dawson. He loves the limelight. He is the opposite of Melody. So Beat is the son of the lead singer, who I believe was in the band along with the mother, and he loves the limelight. Like, he's like, take pictures of me, like bask in my glory, like, oh my gosh, yes. And so basically she has to work together with Beat to get the band back together for this producer. And so what's gonna happen? They're gonna fall in love, and who knows? But I'm so excited to read this book. I love Tessa Bailey's books. And so I want to see what's gonna happen next. Now let's pull our fourth and final book for the month of December. Now,
I'm really hoping it's lovely design because I want to read that book, but at the same time, I haven't finished the fine print. So I don't know if I should read it. All right. Oh!
I guess we're reading two B.K. Morrison books today. The book that was chosen is called In the Weeds. So I believe this is like their fall book. And so I'm excited. So yeah, that is our book TBR for the month of December. So dun dun dun, dun dun. And that is it for December's book TBR. I'm so excited to read all these books. Let me know what you guys books are what books you guys are planning to read for the month of December. And from me and Princess, we wish you all a great and happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, because I think that's probably the time I'll see you guys. It's probably New Year's. But yeah, let me know if you're excited to read any books down below, and I'll see you guys again later. Bye, besties!